Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Figured it would be a great time to go ahead and do a monthly favorites video of all my favorite makeup, go ahead and apply it, and just kind of talk about the year and everything that happened, because it's been a crazy year. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these clips right here and pin my hair back, and I believe these are from Conair, and these are those creaseless clips that look really silly. But you know what, with my hair type, we just do not have the time to go back and fix everything. And these are definitely a favorite. They do come in a 6-pack, I believe. You also do get a black and a deeper blue, as well as this lighter blue. So let's go ahead and move right into primers. I've already gone ahead and moisturized my face. I've been really into the Saturday Skin Waterfall Cream. This is my third jar, I believe. So this is what I use after I wash my face. Definitely really loving this still. I already did moisturize, so let's go ahead and move straight into primer. And one of my favorite primers at this moment is definitely this Elemis Superfood. This is that glow priming moisturizer we got in BoxyCharm. I have used this 5 or 6 times since that video, and I have been so in love. Every single time I use this, my makeup comes out so freaking amazing. And I am just gonna go ahead and pair that with the No Pore Bloom primer by Touch in Sol. I'm going to use the smallest amount, but I'm going to mostly focus on using that Elemis primer. I'm going to take the No Pore Bloom primer in the literal smallest amount and rub that between my fingers and just hit right here where my pores are the biggest. I'm not going to worry about getting it on my nose or anything, just right here. I really enjoy this primer because it does a really good job of filling in my pores, and it blends into the skin and warms up so nicely. I can combine it with pretty much any product. I haven't had any issues combining it with any product yet, so I know it's one that I can go to and mix with another primer to fit the needs of my skin at that time. And then we're gonna go ahead and go into this Elemis primer, and this is that Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer, and we're going to take a little bit, and again, it does have that dropper, so we're just gonna take a little bit in our hands. And remember, it does have that weird little tint thing to it, and we're gonna rub this in and just start rubbing this into our face. And a little bit does go a long way with this. It does feel like it turns into an oil, and I'm gonna go ahead and give this a second to soak in, but as you can see, it made me look very glowy and very dewy, which I've been really into recently, which is kind of weird because I used to hate having any type of shine unless it was a highlighter. So next up is foundation, and I always apply my foundation with a sponge. I'm currently really hooked onto this Hank & Henry sponge. I used it earlier today when I filmed another video, so we're just going to flip it to the other side and it'll be fine. If I'm not using a Hank & Henry sponge, you will find me using a Juno & Co. Velvet sponge. I always have extras on hand. Like, I love their sponges so much, and you can now get them at Target, which makes it even easier to get because I personally hate ordering anything online. If I can get it in the store, you best believe I am. So for my foundation, I'm going to go ahead and use this Pretty Fresh by ColourPop, and this is in the shade Light 55N, and it does have that pumper, and I'm going to go ahead and take 2 pumps. I'm just going to lightly dab it into the sponge and tap it off a little bit. I'm just going to start working this into my skin and dabbing it to blend. My skin is being very stubborn today, so like I'm hoping for the best. I personally have been loving this foundation because it makes my skin look like skin still, especially mixed with that primer, and it is a buildable foundation. It goes from light to a heavier coverage, so where I have my problem spots, I can really build it up over here, and it'll help hide it where I need that coverage. ColourPop is a brand that I have been getting more and more into this year. I just recently really started testing out their stuff, but everything I have tried so far, I have fallen so in love with. And for concealer, I'm gonna go into the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, and this is in the shade Light 40N, and I'm just gonna go right under my under eyes, a little bit on the forehead, and a dab on the chin. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same technique and blend this all in, and that is the concealer. To set this, I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and to set my under eyes today, I'm gonna use a dry sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and tap out those creases really quick, and then I'm just going to take that powder on a dry sponge and tap this on. And I haven't been baking lately. As soon as I tap it on, I kind of brush it away. I will still go ahead and bake sides of my nose though, not as long, but just enough. Usually I will do one eye, do my nose, and then I will go in and brush off my nose so it is not on there super long. And I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe this all away. Alright, that is everything set. So I'm currently really into this Iconic London palette still. This is the Blaze Chaser palette. I'm still really into this corner shade, so that is what I'm gonna be using. My face has changed so much this year, and you can definitely start to see that I'm getting older. Not like old, but you know, like you're turning from a child into an adult phase, and I would just like to say I did not sign up for that. So I literally have this picture saved. I will post it like right here or something. But I mean, I just saw it and I was like, I'm going to cry now. Because it was just, you know, I don't see myself like that. Because whenever I'm filming, I'm doing makeup or whatever. So it is just very like weird to be able to see yourself in someone else's lenses. Like I have my ring light and my camera set up. I have all my makeup here. So I'm constantly doing something, or it's right after my skincare routine, so I look like very fresh and dewy and, you know, young. So to go from not doing that immediately before the picture is just, you know, you get to really see everything, and it's a weird one. And then I found 3 gray hairs on Christmas Day, which, you know, again, very disappointing. Did not sign up for this, and I would like a refund. Thanks, Mom. For my blush, I'm going to use Serafina from Juvia's Place. I've been really into this since that unboxing video. Super duper pigmented and pretty. And for this, I've been taking this a little bit higher, just to kind of give me that lifted effect a bit more. Just kind of like that. Don't worry, I'm going to go ahead and blend it out a little bit better. The most recent highlighter that I've been using is from this collection. This is from the Whaley collection. And to go ahead and apply this, I'm going to take this Juvia's Place. This is the JP Highlighter Brush 01. And I'm just going to go into this shade right here, which is the Whimsical, and I'm just going to apply this. I have been applying it a little bit further back, so about here I will stop, instead of I used to come in all the way, and just very lightly feathering that over. Just enough so that I still get that like wet shine. And then I have been just taking it on the bridge of my nose with this brush, and I feel like this brush lays flat so nicely that it really does stay centered, just like that. Again, on the other side. So we are highlighted, and this is what we are looking like. I'm just gonna throw on a chapstick. This is the Wet n Wild Pout and Kiss. This is, I believe, the gel one. Okay, so now my lips are hydrating. Let's go ahead and move on to my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I'm gonna use this Oma. This is the Blowout in the shade 5. I've been really into this because it's so pigmented. It is a one-stop shop, and I've been really lazy with my brows lately. Can you, like, what? So this is all that I've been doing to my brows lately. It's really good at keeping that like microbladed look. It still looks like hairs are there. So I have really been loving this product. So as you can see, there is the before and after, and it really does do a really good job of holding your brow shape the whole day, and it still looks like hair. It looks microfibered. Like, I could not recommend this enough. So here are my brows, and these are what they're looking like. This one is kind of, you know, doing its own thing, so just ignore it. And for my eye primer, I've been into the ABH eye primer, and I'm going to set this with that Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Another really good thing that I'm grateful for is I really this year found a lot of self-love. I've, you know, really taken this year about me. You know, if I want something, I go and I do it. I do whatever it takes to get it done. I work my butt off in order to, you know, give myself a nice life. I've been really taking care of myself lately. I mean, maybe not with the way I eat, but, you know, like, been pampering myself, having a spa night, you know, really trying to de-stress myself. And I've been putting a lot more effort into YouTube and really making this like a positive outlet for myself, just because I, you know, with my job it is harder to play with makeup, because when I do, I go to work so early that I cannot wake up, or I'm coming home so late, and I, you know, with the mask and what I do, I sweat a lot because it is a lot of heavy lifting and things like that, and you're constantly running around. So I'm very happy and proud of myself that I have been taking that time to really self-love. And along with that self-love, I have really been finding my confidence. I mean, I'm still not where I want to be with it, but I have been finding it a lot more lately. With my job, I've definitely become more outspoken and standing up for myself. I'm very happy that I'm finally, you know, learning to really love myself truly and gain that confidence, and this year was definitely the year for it. If at all, if it was gonna come at all, this was definitely the year, and I couldn't be happier about it. I'm gonna go ahead and say the James Charles palette is my favorite palette this year. Like, I clean this palette and stuff, but I kind of like whenever it's like all beat up, it shows the love that it has. But this is my first James Charles palette. I do need a second one. My favorite shade right here is gone. Like, yeah, I'm scraping it. So let's just go ahead and get straight into it. I'll go ahead and post the name of the color right here that I'm using. and I'm not really gonna get into what I'm doing. I'm just kind of do it and keep talking to you guys. Let's go ahead and move into what I'm grateful for next. And honestly, it's probably going to be this palette. I know that this sounds so silly, like, oh, you're thankful for a palette, like, really? But this palette really did jumpstart my interest into makeup. I've always been, like, interested, but, like, not like I am now. And this palette, I've done so many fun and creative looks with it. Whenever I bought this palette, I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna use it. I'm just buying it to support him. But I really did want the neutrals in here. Girl, it is my most used palette to date. I have done quite a few fun looks, and I'll go ahead and post some of them in the video using this palette. This has made me step out of my comfort zone. I've done greens and I've done blues, but my absolute favorite look was this neon orange pink one that I've done. I'm gonna have to recreate it this summer because I love that and I felt so confident in it. But because of this palette, I really got into creating looks, and I really learned how to kind of master what kind of shape I want for my eyeshadow, because that was one thing I always struggled with. I have very hooded eyes, so it's very hard to figure out what shape I want, where I want it, and how it's gonna go to help open my eyes and elongate it. But because I played with this palette so much, it was a lot easier to go ahead and find. I'm gonna keep this very basic nude for like a New Year's kind of a look. I'm gonna use this Moda Pro brush. This is the BMX 430 crease brush. I've been really liking this brush a lot. Yeah, as silly as it sounds, I am really thankful for this palette because it really got me into makeup. I've always been into like a nude base, just like you rub it on and you go. Never like highlight, blush, contour, eyeshadow. Just some mascara, some foundation, and you go. And that foundation was straight up with my fingers. So this year I've definitely grown a lot in my makeup skills, and you know, I really do think a lot of it is this palette because there's so many different endless opportunities to do with it that it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. I will say I never really use the nude pieces in this palette, but every time I do, I'm like so blown away. I love them so much. They just blend so easily. So the creative makeup piece really brings me into my next topic of something I'm grateful for, and that is that this year I have really gotten into paints, on like body paints and face paints. I think my absolute favorite was the Spider-Man I did. I think that is one of my highest ranked makeup videos, which is like insane to think about, because like who would have known a video that I wasn't even confident in was gonna be one of my most liked looks. The feedback on that look was like insane, and that was my very first time ever playing with paint, so I really didn't know what I was doing or what to expect or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and do my bottom lashes. After I went ahead and I did that Spider-Man look, I really wanted to do the Grinch, but I did not have the paint sets. I still don't, so I do want to eventually get them, but I use Wet n Wild paints and they did not have a green that I needed. They have like the metallic greens, and that just wasn't gonna work for what I was needing. Okay, I went ahead and used the Clinique Quick Liner for Eyes Intense in Black, just to go ahead and line my lower lash line. I can't really say that I have a favorite black liner. I don't use them enough. If I ever use a liner, it is definitely going to be a colored one. I've been really into the blue one lately. That's been in a lot of my looks. So that is going to be my favorite palette that I am really happy about. Next up is going to be mascara, and I'm going to use the Milk Kush mascara. This is definitely my favorite currently. I have been using this nonstop. Every time I use this, I get so many compliments on it, which is like kind of funny. We're going to go ahead and go in with this mascara, and I'm going to go look down and brush upwards while halfway blinking. And if you apply it like this, it is definitely going to help with not getting mascara all over your eyeshadow look you just spent all that time on. And then I'm just gonna go and look upwards and hit that lower lash line. I did not think this eyeshadow looked through with the lip I want to wear. Okay, so that is my mascara. Okay, so for lashes, my current favorites are the Glamnetics in the style Bella. However, just for the purpose of this video, because it is so late and I'm taking this right off and I have to film a couple more videos, I do not want to waste them or waste the use for the end of a video. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Ioni ones. And this is the green box. I'll post a picture here. because I threw my box away, and all my backups are on the other side of the room. And then to go with this, I really love the Allure lash glue. I've been trying out the Ioni Everlasting Lash Glue. This is a clear glue. The other one that I have is a black. So I just kind of been experimenting, and I've been really liking this, and I really like the applicator on this. And then you can get the lashes and the lash glue are $1 each at your local Dollar Tree. And Ioni actually has an Instagram now, so they post whenever a restock is coming to the store. You are also now able to order them on the Dollar Tree website, so it's dollartree.com, and then you type in Ioni and they come up, which is pretty cool. So I just applied my glue, and I'm just going to wait for it to get tacky and then pop it on. So this is what that lash looks like. I could have probably gotten it a little bit closer, but I've never applied them with long nails, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that other one on, and I will be right back with you guys. Okay, so I am back, and this is what it is looking like, and these are some of my favorite lashes, and as you can see, there's definitely a good reason for that. So next up is going to be lips. My current favorite is this Fenty Beauty Unattached color. I've worn this a few times, and I've gotten so many compliments on it. So I've just been so in love with this color. This is what that lip color is looking like. I don't really like it with this eye look, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off and switch it really quick. But this is my current favorite color. I'm just going to take it into my all-time favorite, which is the Fussy Gloss Bomb from Fenty Beauty. And again, this is always going to be a favorite of mine. I love this stuff. This is what originally got me into lips because there is a bit of a tint to it. Okay guys, this is what everything is looking like using my favorite products from the month of December. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like this look. I just figured something real simple and easy for New Year's. I never played with colors like this, so I actually had a lot of fun doing it and experimenting. I had so much fun doing this. I got to use all the products that I absolutely love. And the last thing I want to say that I'm really thankful for is going to be you guys. I started posting regularly about a month and a half ago, and since then we've just been growing. I've grown from 3.3k to almost 4k on Instagram within a week and a half, 2 weeks. So if you want to check that out, definitely go follow me. I will leave it right up here, and I will also have it linked down below. I started posting regularly about the same time period here on YouTube, and I've just been, you know, slowly growing and getting more discovered, and that's pretty cool because I never thought this would go anywhere. I was just doing it as an excuse to keep all my makeup and play with it. And we just hit 71 subscribers yesterday. Again, it's crazy to me. So I hope that you guys do enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I hope to see you guys in that next one. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it and you can be back for it. And I hope to see you there. Bye!